Hey, what's up, people? We're doing an impromptu, not really impromptu, screening. We got tickets to go see The Edge of 17, the new coming-of-age story starring Haley Steinfeld, who was best known for being the most badass little girl in True Grit, and less known for being Taylor Swift's friend and writing a song about masturbation. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, she wrote that song Love Yourself.
Oh.
It was her 2016 version of Turning Japanese, except it wasn't as good. This movie's about a teenage girl named Nadine who feels like her entire life she's been the derp child. Her older brother is a jock and he's smart and health conscious. He's like the perfect child.
Yeah, it's Blake Jenner from Everybody Wants Some.
Another great role, man.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
She feels like he's been taking over her parents' love and attention, especially her mom, played by Kara Sedgwick.
My favorite character in the movie is Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson should be your favorite character in everything.
Woody Harrelson should be in everything. Woody Harrelson plays a history teacher who just doesn't give a fuck.
Well, no, he gives a fuck. He just speaks in a way where he doesn't give a fuck.
He's such a sarcastic asshole in this movie, and he's so much fun to watch.
The conflict of the movie is that she only has one friend, this girl, Krista. I don't remember her name. I feel really bad. The actress.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
her.
Richardson, and there's a Haley in there somewhere. We'll let you know. But her best friend starts dating her older brother, and she feels betrayed, so she goes on this spiral into whiny teenage angst. But before we go any further, spoiler alerts. Going to be talking about everything because this movie doesn't come out till, I believe, November 18th. If you just want to know our quick final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars, you can click the time code right there. If not, then, stick around. If you've already seen the movie, maybe you went to Toronto International Film Festival and you're a piece of shit that didn't invite us. It starts really good, then it gets kind of slow and meandering, and then it ends pretty good. It doesn't end as good as it starts, though.
I thought some of the stuff at the end was better than the stuff at the start. It's a really weird movie to market, because it's trying to tap into that teenage angst sort of thing.
But this is going to be rated R.
Yeah, but it's rated R.
Through the first beginning of the movie, you hear Woody Harrelson say fuckers, and she says fuck all the time. I get it. It fits this character. This character is a sarcastic bitch.
Yeah, but also who didn't talk like that in high school? Everybody in high school was a fucking cunt.
Most of what I love about this film is that from the hindsight of being 23, I'm looking at her character, which she performs extraordinarily well. Haley
really
Steinfeld is a fantastic actress.
Yeah, she was great.
But her character is such a bitch. Is such a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to scream that so loud. The good thing about this movie is that you get many other vantage points from realistic people.
Right.
It's great that her older brother is not a dick. There's never a point in this movie where he's an asshole to her for no reason other than she fucking deserves half the shit she gets. I like that Woody Harrelson, whenever she runs in at the beginning of the movie to his classroom during lunch hour and starts rambling on about how she's gonna kill herself and throw herself off a fucking overpass in front of a semi for whatever bullshit reason, he just stops and it's like, oh, I wrote a suicide note too. And he starts reading this off. The same kind of verbiage, this crazy verbiage, but in the sarcastic voice that only Woody Harrelson can do when he's trying to explain to you that you're overreacting. Take 5 seconds to calm yourself down.
The scene where they go back and they show her when she's 7. There's a scene where she's getting bullied by these 2 girls, and one of them pushes over. She's like, I hope you get AIDS. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, I didn't even know what AIDS was when I was 7.
The girl was like 12. What the fuck? Are you getting molested by your father and that's why you have to go bully a 7?
I can't pinpoint a certain age when I found out what AIDS was, but I don't think it was like fucking 12. It's very overdramatic, but that's because the characters
over dramatic.
Yeah, and it's like I get that, you know, we were all like that in high school. I wasn't, but most people were.
There you were. At one point, she goes up to her best friend and she's like, "You have to pick him or me." I'm like, "Are you in love? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'm not in love.
I just don't understand why she's getting so pissy about this.
Because she's a hormonal teenager. Have you ever spent time with a hormonal teenager?
I have spent time with a hormonal teenager. It doesn't mean they're right.
I have known so many people like this. I don't feel like this movie over-exaggerated all that much.
Even as a hormonal teenager, you have an understanding that people deal with their own shit. Maybe I'm remembering my teenage dumb with rose-colored glasses, but I don't remember being so self-centered. And maybe that's just to knock it into teenage skulls, like to present such an outrageous example that'll finally click in your head that the world doesn't fucking revolve around you.
That's true. It's a good message. I didn't think about that. And I don't think it like played too much into stereotypes. You know, you didn't have like a bully stereotype. You didn't have like a jock. That's what I liked about it. Everybody has their weird thing, but that's the same thing about real life, you know?
I never thought I would watch a movie in where the girl and the guy are sitting in a car and he's trying to put the moves on her and he gets handsy. She says no, and when he backs off with this weird look on his face, I would completely understand why. She has the hots for the mysterious aloof guy. It is a stereotype, and this is the only time it's a stereotype because he's mysterious and aloof. So there's no need to
you don't know about his character. You don't really know anything about his character. She's just sort of in there for that.
Haley Steinfeld's, it's Nadine's fantasy. She had this elaborate message on Facebook about how she wants to fuck him and have
very detailed.
His mouth on her tits, and
it's like my favorite scene is when Woody Harrelson is reading that. He's just like, it's great. I want Woody Harrelson to just read porn.
Story time. On my first date with Brittany, we went to a bookstore we went to a bookstore. She was looking for stuff in the psychology section because she's a nerd, and right next to the psychology section is the sexuality section. And so I looked over because, shit, I want to find out what's there. And there was this weird book that's basically literary gay erotica. And I did, you know, just kind of stop on a page. It was the most in the closet, aggro, homophobic, homoerotic porn I've ever seen in my entire life.
So detailed.
And I read it out loud. And she was laughing so fucking hard. It's literally one of these things like, "Oh yeah, I'm the fucking alpha male, you beta cuck faggot. I'ma shove my big, honking, thick-ass beefsteak in your fucking asshole, faggot pussy." Keep in mind, this is in all caps.
Can't wait till you tell the story to your grandchildren. Like, how did you meet Grandma, Grandpa?
I'm gonna buy that book and I'm just gonna like show it to them. I'm a terrible person. I'm going to hell. She writes him the message and she's like, "Oh, I can't." He's like, "I don't want to fucking send this." And going for the cancel button, she accidentally hits send. The guy replies back to her and he's like, "Oh, do you want to hang out tonight?" I love this movie for adding little details that just add to the comedy. They park in front of a dumpster.
Yeah.
With like the tiniest bit of graffiti on the top right corner.
It's great.
He makes out with her and he wants to fuck. And then she's like, "Ah, no," because, you know, obviously she doesn't want to. But given the message that she sent him, it's not out of his realm of possibility to be like, "What the fuck? Yeah. You said you wanted to fuck my brains out.
Right.
What the fuck did you think this was?"
Yeah, and he's so like confused.
It's great comedy because he's genuinely confused and she's battling her own insecurities because she feels like if he leaves her fantasy, that she's gonna have nothing again.
So yeah, there's this Asian dude who's like, he's kind of like that awkward, sort of nerdy guy that sits next to her in class, and he's obviously really into her.
She won't give him the time of day because he's awkward, and then she loosens up on him, and they go out on some nice dates and conversations, and
even though
she
she's
slowly
trying to,
learns to
even though
like
she's
him?
trying to fuck the dude in the
It's-
car, she
yeah.
eventually realizes that her true love was standing in front of her the whole time. God
Honestly,
damn it.
this doesn't work unless the Asian guy was so goddamn likable, because he really is.
He was adorable.
He was. He makes animated films,
Yeah.
and the animation drawings that he shows her eventually are really good. There's always an element of fairy tale in it. Like in Fault in Our Stars, of course the Make-A-Wish Foundation or their version of that would let them go to fucking Amsterdam for a week and have pop songs playing while they're in love, and they make out in the Anne Frank house. Just absurd shit that any normal teenager would never have the chance of doing because it's a fairy tale. And in this one, of course the Asian guy is rich as fuck with like a Roman-sized pool heated to hot tub standards. He's got abs. Like the nerdy film animation guy has abs.
Yeah, but he's like humble because his parents are like, you gotta go study.
I guess
They're Asian parents.
his parents are never there, so
Yeah.
he could totally plow her in his bedroom if she likes. That's probably in the blooper reels somewhere.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. This wasn't as extreme as going to Amsterdam.
Dude, did you see this fucking house? It looked like the Playboy Mansion with one Korean dude in it. There was that weird moment where they're on the Ferris wheel for the first time and he tries to awkwardly kiss her. I don't know, it was a little creepy. At the beginning, it's a little creepy. Because
Okay.
it's so obvious that she's not giving signs back to him. That's the thing, I have met people like that in my life. I just kind of want to get away from that in movies. There is an element of genuine creepiness, and I feel like there's some lost in translation messages being sent.
Making a lot of like sexual finger movements.
Octopus sex, yes. It's a trap. So if you clicked on the time code, welcome back. We've been rambling about The Edge of 17, and right now we're gonna give our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. So, fuck it, I'm gonna start while you jiggle air boobs. I think this was pretty damn good. I like Haley Steinfeld as an actress a lot. Love Woody Harrelson, I love Blake Jenner. Kyra Sedgwick was a little too off the rails. I thought she was a little bit too much of a caricature.
Yeah, that was the one element of the movie that was a little bit over the top for me.
Another element that I thought was weird was that when her best friend gets with her brother and then she gets all like, oh, you have to choose him or me or blah, blah, blah. If they were really best friends, like from age 7, I think she would have tried a little harder to be in her life. Just a little bit. I don't know.
She wasn't in the movie as much as, you'd expect.
I thought the dialogue was great. The writing's funny as hell. The movie's a little slow, mostly because it's kind of plotless for most of it. But other than that, I think it's a solid flick. If you're a teen, you definitely need to go see this.
Definitely.
Before you hit 16 years old, you need to get some perspective. But because they're realistic and they say stuff like fucking shit and the MPAA wants to be your fucking parents, they won't let you go see this movie without an adult. So parents of teens, please let your kids go see this. I'm gonna give my final score 4.5 out of 6 stars.
I agree. I also going to give it 4.5 out of 6.
We've been really good at agreeing on stuff recently.
Pacific Rim
Mind
Melt is a very funny movie. Very relatable characters. Haley Steinfeld was great. Woody Harrelson. I almost want to say that I want him in the Best Supporting Actor race because he was so goddamn entertaining in this movie.
Woody Harrelson is gonna be one of those guys that gets like a lifetime achievement Oscar.
Just for being awesome. Blake Jenner was great, and I thought it was a very funny, very charming, very realistic film.
If you like this video, please click the like button down below. The subscribe button below will let you know when new content first comes out. We've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. If you've seen the movie already, or when you see the movie, let us know what you think in the comment section below. We reply to all newcomers, old comers, early comers.
We love comers. We love cum.
We do.
We also have my blog, liammgahan.wordpress.com. I review every movie I see. So there might be some movies that we don't cover here, so you can check out my reviews. Link is down in the description. We're going to be back with Hacksaw Ridge next week, the new Mel Gibson movie starring Andrew Garfield as he tries to get one more. We're also going to have Doctor Strange, and hopefully we're going to go see Moonlight.
But until then, don't be a bitch. Treat people with respect. You know, it's not always about you.
Don't vote for Trump.
Don't vote for Trump.
Thanks.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it.